Hello again. I realized watching the last video, except for my little tirade about Miro, that it was pretty close to ASMR, at least unintentional, which is my favorite kind. So as long as I avoid yelling, I think this could be an ASMR, unintentional, semi-intentional type thing. Yeah, that whole community's gotten... I think the number one measure is like you look at it, and is the person really hot? Then it's probably not going to be very good ASMR. That's not always true. GB's the queen. She's good looking, but that's not intentional for sure. And a lot of the ones I like are attractive, and it's not just women, trust me. In fact, that hot guys are the ones that I think are the biggest perpetrators of this. So anyways, let's get down to business, though. This is now an ASMR programming video. I'm going to sit my coffee ready. Just kidding, I won't do that. But yeah, I think we're building a WaveTable synth. I'm going to record every aspect of it if I can stick to it. The real challenge with YouTube for me is what can I consistently keep doing? And I was going to do this anyways. So it's going to be low effort. I'm using a dynamic mic. I didn't pay for those ear mics that I'm going to lick. But I kind of prefer this kind of ASMR. You know it's going to be a good unintentional one when the video quality is like grainy or something. But I did notice one thing I wanted to do. I think I'll zoom in a little bit just to make it easier to see. And it'll force me to kind of slow down as I'm working too. Plus, it's not like Auto-Tune where I got those giant functions going on. Honestly, I wonder if I could fucking just delete all this shit. But and then the other bonus is right now football is on. Recording this on Sunday, October 23rd. And I love coding and watching football, so I might be making some comments on that. But in the first and most recent episode, or chapter in this process, I made a WaveTable class, an oscillator class called GPC Oscillator, OS. Cute little forward declaration here. And we got it to play a sound. If you'd like to hear it, let me do it. And today the goal would be... Now you can't hear that right now, but when I do this... Now you can hear it. Pretty quiet. And we can change the frequency, do whatever. But we'll get it so we can actually input frequency with... What the fuck? We'll get it so it can input frequency with a keyboard and do some polyphony maybe today. I think I'm going to do the whole synth architecture. I'm not going to put... I think I'm going to hold off on the WaveTable vector, where you can have different waveforms and interpolate between them. Hold off on making different... Yeah, right now, in fact, I'm literally going to make a note. I wonder if I had stickies still. If this was Windows, it would definitely still have it, because they don't get rid of anything. Stickies, okay. That's what I want. What the fuck? It won't let me drag it across the screens. Are you kidding? What the heck is going on here? I can't drag... Oh, because it's full screen? Is that why? Jesus Christ, Apple. Why is everything so fucking complicated? Why did they do this to me? So what I found is like I actually don't like to go full screen on most things. Causes problems. I wonder if there's a way to set this as always on top. What the, I don't want to do that. Because watch, it'll go away then. It drives me nuts. I want it to stay on top. Prize on top. Oh, no results found. What is a prize? I do like pink though. Window. Float on top. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Let's make it very clear. 1. Implement JUCE synth architecture. I'm just going to call it synth architecture, but that'll be A synth, B synth voice. Well, I'm just going to call it voice. And C sound. I still don't understand the sound, but we'll get there. Oh shit, Bengals are about to go up 14-0. They had an easy one, right? Oh, looks like they went for it on. No, they didn't. Okay, they're right on the goal line. So, and then oh shit, that's produce. Oh, Deshaun Watson. No, it's Jacoby Brissett. Produce sound using MIDI keyboard. Those are my goals. And then if we get beyond that, great, but I'm not going to think ahead because that's actually quite a bit. That might take me a while, especially if I'm being thoughtful about it. All right, so let's just start building the architecture for the synths, and then we'll do what we have to do as it comes up. I'm going to close everything. This coffee's good, and I have LaCroix too. You're going to hear some sounds. It's going to be so ASMR. You know what's funny is I was trying to, bitch, why? I was trying to play the football, watching Scott Hansen do NFL Red Zone while I was recording this, and I do it with YouTube TV, and it was all black, but it was still playing the audio because OBS was on. And I thought that was cool. Well, I mean, it'd be cool if I could record it, but I just thought it was funny. I wonder how they're reporting that to them. They're like, if host is screen recording. I wonder what that function looks like. Okay, so now I wonder if I do this. No, see, it does hide the sticky if I do that. So I'm looking at Gay Polycommunist, which is the thing I'm essentially recreating. A big mistake I made with Gay Polycommunist was I did everything in header files. I was not doing CPP files. I was like trying that for a little bit, and that was a mistake. All right. Include JUCE header class GPC synth, and that's going to inherit. Oh, that was the word, multi-polyphonic expression. I was trying to remember that the other day at work. Look at that. All right, so this is something fun about JUCE. You know, sometimes you don't even have to like put a JUCE namespace like that because of how they spell words. It's very British. Synthesizer, almost German. Same with like JUCE, Kalur. It's kind of, it's actually helped me sometimes defer like, oh, that's a JUCE one. So whenever I write color, COLOR, it helps me understand. Ooh, that guy bent his knee weird. GPC, unknown class name. Don't. Well, hang on. Let me just type this. Maybe it's some other shit going on. Oh, I know what's going on. This has stumped me before, or maybe it's not happening, but I think I know what's going on. Oh, well, okay, so there's two things to keep in mind. Although the first thing I thought was happening is not happening, but I'm going to tell you. If you're going to use DSP, you got to remember to include the JUCE DSP module, which is not by default included. Oh, it is, because I must have done that already when I made the juicer file. That can cause problems. Then the other thing, what was just happening there is... Where is it? No. Yeah, here we go. If enabled, the JUCE header.h will include using namespace JUCE. So then we don't need to do that namespace, but Journal likes to leave it in. I like to leave it in, which I hadn't done previously. Okay. Now, this is, it needs to inherit some virtual functions. So if we were to jump in here, we could see, this is something, if you're new to C++, it might stump you. Maybe just the voice has it though, actually. See, these are overrides. Oh, I see what's going on. Because this is inheriting from Synthesizer, I bet, or Synthesizer base. I gotta read up on this. I should talk to Rick. He knows a lot about this. And what does this inherit from? All right. Anyways, maybe I shouldn't even do MPE, but whatever. Okay, so I'm thinking I should have actually started with the voice. Yeah, because I'm going to have to refer to it. So let's actually define the voice first. So we're not working on the synth architecture. We're going to work on the voice architecture. So let's look at Miro real quick. Which one was I on? What the fuck? Excuse me. Audio software. Oh, is it on this one? What the hell? Oh, fuck. Packers struggling with Taylor Heineke. Okay. So a synth, like each voice is processing. Voice would be like, if you play 4 notes at a time, each note is a voice. The synth, in my mind, is like the organizer of everything. It handles a bunch of other stuff, but all the things you'd think of for a synth are really in the voice. I think it would make more sense if it's monophonic. The synth and the voice are basically the same thing because there's only one voice per synth. But when you have multiple voices going, that's when the synth class really comes to bear. So let's actually treat it separately here. Include. What the fuck? I'll never understand when people have like public, because you can do something like this, protected, and then public again, and then private. You could do that for like a single thing, but I'm like, no. It goes public, protected, private. If you don't know what protected is, it means that subclasses of it will inherit that function as well. Well, the inheritor have access to it. They inherit it. So, oh yeah, just talked about this. JUCE, GPC, voice, constructor, destructor. Now, what would be cool is if this was Visual Studio, I could right click and it would make it automatically a empty definition of the function. Not so in Xcode. But you're not that often writing brand new code, so it's not that bad. Now this one I bet has virtual functions we need to override. Okay, so if it's virtual, that means you can override it. But if it's virtual void, but whatever, is it always going to be a void? I don't know what that. I think it is actually though. And then equals 0, that means you have to override it. And so, and if you don't, you'll get this error that's like, cannot instantiate an object of abstract class. You're like, what the fuck is an abstract class? It's abstract because it hasn't defined all the pure virtual functions yet. And it's like, well, why would they do that? Well, that means the person who made this class, MPE, Synthesizer, voice, or whatever class you're dealing with that has a pure virtual function is like, dude, this is not going to work unless you implement this function. So that's why it's almost like a JUCE or a test. Like, this class is not going to work if you don't implement this function. So don't get frustrated with it. It's kind of telling you, hey, you did not do it right if you don't have this. So let's see. Note started. Note stopped. No pressure changed. See, these I'm actually not going to implement those. So that's kind of, but that makes it MPE. No, I will do that. I mean, I could do all of them. I don't understand this, though. I need to understand MPE more. I see MIDI's, or Rick is on like the MIDI board. Yeah, I work with him. He does that. He built the Kurzweil PC88, which is a dominant piano keyboard that also weighs 500 pounds. Tom Brady backs up, hucks it deep. Who's going to catch it? Mike Evans. Oh, way over his head. So now what you can do is just copy these and then paste it in. But since I have my other one over here, I'm just going to copy all the override functions. Between them. And we could do something like this. Pure virtual overrides. Oops. And let me tell you, I love putting these little things in, but I was not thinking when I did that because it'll start wrapping. So that's what I like to do now. So we need to make a definition for every one of these. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And I just know from the last one that we're going to need one of these too. Because why was I doing this process spec bullshit? Well, let's not hand roll it. And then this is going to also need a GPC OS. So this is where it would be a frequency oscillator or a pitch oscillator, Like it's actually going to output sound. It's not an LFO. Maybe I could subclass this for an LFO, but that would be needless. Stood unique. Why was I doing that? So in the last one, I had reworked it, and I mean, this makes sense to me. No, it doesn't. As a voice, why would the voice have its own instance of every LFO? And it should just have the one oscillator. Yeah, this is why it's good. I probably knew that. I probably thought I was putting it in the synth or something. You know, it's good to rebuild things. I heard a story once about a pottery teacher that was, he had two groups. In one group, he said, you only need to make one pot in the whole semester, but it needs to be great. And in the other group, he said, there's no standard for quality. You just need to make as many pots as you can. Guess which group ended up making higher quality pots? The ones that did a bunch of them. So they got practice. They got fast at it. And I try and do that with code too, which is why I'm not sad to redo this. Like, I think it's good. I mean, it's going to be really fucking clean code if I do this 5 times. People are like, ooh, there's time for that. Well, fucking tough shit, bitch. Don't have a life if you're going to code. Just kidding. But that it is faster. Sometimes it's like, well, we don't have time to write all this clean code. No, that is faster. It's not it's not quicker. It's not like, oh, I'm just doing this because I'm a sensitive artist. No, it is the way to writing, to delivering products sooner. Sometimes people will say things like, we deliver products, not code. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's like saying, oh yeah, we sell cars, not engines. They're part and parcel of the same thing. And I won't tolerate that kind of talk because it's like an infectious thought process. It's damaging. I'm just putting in these definitions right now. And we'll go through and fill them out. So what I'm going to do now is this. Started. Pitch been changed. Ooh. Oops. Note stopped, which is essentially note on. Note off. Oops. Note pressure changed. If people are interested, I would gladly stream this too. But as I've intimated before, I am not putting in any more effort into this than I need to, because what's more likely is that I would just stop doing this, and I don't want to do that anymore. I need to find a system where I can share this knowledge. I think it's obligatory for every... If you think that you have learned how to code without tons of help from other people, you're a fool, right? Because even if you never watched a tutorial, you're still using C++, which is a language you didn't write. You're using technology you didn't make. No coder is an island. You know, and you're obliged to give back this knowledge. Otherwise, you're going to be damned to hell on earth of coding. I tell you what, all your code will never compile. You'll never meet a deadline. You'll never be fulfilled. You'll be alone coding your whole life because you were too greedy with your knowledge. Yeah, I think it's the most despicable thing to do, to be proud of it. Now, if you're coming up short, I'm not satisfied with the amount I've given back. I understand, but to just proudly and defend that position, disgusting. It's like, it's grossly unethical. So that's my rant. I'm going to go ahead and steal this initialization because we're not going to be keeping it in there anymore. Put it right here. So we'll keep that same test going where we just hard code in a frequency to start off, but set frequency is going to be right here. And I think this will have it on sample rate, yeah. And okay, we'll get there. No. That's what we got to do right now. So what are the chances I can just copy this and it'll work? I think good. So now the thing is, though, I think I do need to go by because I think sometimes it might render only a portion of the buffer. I don't think I've ever encountered it, but this, I believe, is safer. Because, I mean, if this is 0 and then this is the num samples in the output buffer, it's going to be like nothing changed. But if this is sample number 500, oh, Green Bay got a pick. Oh, it's going to be a pick 6. Don't get a block in the back. Oh, Taylor Heineke almost got him. This is halfway through the buffer, and then this is half the buffer samples. You know, it's going to be different. And this is output buffer. So this is a sample loop. You ever wondered, this is, I don't know if there's anything in computer program, well, certainly in all computer programming, but on your computer that is happening this fast. Like, oh yeah, I'm at 120 frames per second. Okay, cute. Elon Musk's Neuralink, like, yeah, we're doing analysis at 12,000 frames per second. Well, first of all, then there's a window size, but like the frequency, I've used an ECG before, and the frequency of brain waves is actually pretty low, so you don't need a very high sample rate. Like, I think it's like 20 to 200. Just shocking. But anyways, you'd be doing like frames of FFT, or STFT rather. So yeah, this is good. I wonder if I could just, okay, so here's a little personal info too. I'm on Invisalign, so I gotta go. I just finished my coffee, so I gotta rinse my mouth out. Holy shit. What a pick. The camera guy got tricked. I love when that happens. The Titans just picked off Matt Ryan and the Colts. All right, so I'll be right back. And I just got to rinse my mouth out with mouthwash and pop these plastic braces back in. 1 second. I also have 3 LaCroix in the fridge right now, so I gotta not forget about those. Okay, so yeah, I guess I can just do this right now, and then get the note on, note off stuff going in a second. This should be sufficient. So now let's go back to the synth. Oops. Oh, and I'd like to position them in this order. Please leave a comment if you follow along, if you want me to dig in on anything. I am doing this as lazily as possible by default, and will get more complex if people want any info. Even if you're watching this a lot later, I'll try and respond to comments. Okay. I'm looking at my old one here. So let's see. This is what I need to do. I was calling it gay voice, gay synth and stuff. Oh, this is how I was. Was this the constructor? Oh, weird. I don't know if I do that. Okay, so I'm going to need a prepare function. That much I know. Prepare. JUCE DSP process spec. Oops. No, except I think I was just copying Adam. Spec. Oh, Tom shoots another big one. Man, him and Mike just cannot connect today. Who the fuck's that? Is that Christian McCaffrey? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's playing for the Niners now. Okay. I'm skimming through this right now. I forgot you can see this. Just looking to see, because obviously I'm going to add a lot of these, but doing bare bones first. And also, by the way, I'm not going to. Why was I overriding this? I don't think I need to override this, because Yeah. In fact, I don't think I should. I think I basically just need to prepare and add voices. Let's do it like this. So we're going to tell it, because we're going to have to create this however many, like if you want to be able to play 5 notes at once, we're going to need to initialize and call the constructor on 5 voices. Interesting. I was thinking, like, do I need to forward declare the voice? But I don't think I do, because we're just going to... Oh, I don't like making them new, though. I think it does a cleanup, though. Oops. Oops. Do that every time. GPC. Synth. GPC. Synth. Oof. Falcon's trying to run it, catching up, but they're down 21. This is where I'm thinking I need to like free the voices or something. Oh, what a catch. And we're going to call that before prepare, so that way when we get to prepare, we can pass in the sample rate to, or the process spec to all the things we need to. GPC, synth, prepare. Now, I don't like when it does this, though. That is the type. And the thing is, we don't need to redefine that other shit, so. Oh, if you didn't notice in the last video and in this video, I put a link to the GitHub repo that I'm using for this. Touch it, use it, fork it, whatever you want to do. You can submit a PR, I'll look at it. Oh, this is with JUCE 6, by the way. I have not switched to JUCE 7 yet. Okay, so here we're going to go. In fact, you know what? I think by default, I should make things private. This could be debatable, like, should I put it there or here? Because it's going to get called first, init voices, and we're going to say 5. Got 5 fingers, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so now here's where it could get hairy with the new operator. Is it an operator? Ooh, I like that actually. I think we need to put it up here though, not in the H file. Max num voices. Oops. Oh wow, Jags are winning. Oh, that was a bobbly ball. And then here we're going to go 4. And then we're going to use size T, because that gives us, I hope I say this right, an iterator that is the size of, because it's going to go through a vector, it's going to be the size of a GPC voice. Less than or equal to, or less than? Less than or equal to. And then incrementer pre, I don't know what the fuck you call that shit. I don't know why this just happens more in JUCE. It's like, it's still going to go through the same number of times, but it doesn't do this assessment. It increments it before it does this assessment again. Or some shit like that. I always forget. The reason why is I forget is because it's never been of any consequence. Like it's never. Oh, and this is interesting too. So that means if you are playing 5 notes and then you play a 6th note, it will steal. Which note will it steal? Yeah, I don't know which one it chooses, but it'll take one of the 5 that are already playing and replace it with the last one added. I think it's like first in, first out. Okay, what do we do here? Add voice. This, add voice, GPC voice. Add voice. New GPC voice. And this is going to construct it. Anything else to do there? Okay, and so then now, whenever we call something, like prepare, we're going to iterate through this array of voices that exist in, like look at this one. It's just part of the JUCE MP synthesizer class. Oh, it's public? It's protected. That's why. Okay, so perfect example. We have access to this. We have our own, this is what I don't know. Or is that, it doesn't really make sense. But we have this. We don't have this. We can't call should steal voices. That's why we had to do this interface function, because it's private. But this is protected, so we can refer to voices just fine. So what we're going to do is, I got to start using this more. Set our sample rate, set current playback sample rate. Spec dot sample rate. Got it. Okay, and then we go 4. I'm just going to have to copy this. You know what? I'm not going to copy it though. I'm going to type it out while looking at it, because I'm telling you. So I think the first time I did that was I made a delay, and I made it like 5 times for auto. Oh yeah, we're just going to go through the voices. I did it with the delay, and I made that circle buffer 5 times. over and over and over. I don't think that's what I should do, though. I think I should call prepare on all of them. Oh, and I did it wrong. Because it needs to be a GPC voice. Dynamic cast. Oops. God damn it, I do that. The fuck was I doing that shit? Yeah, so I'm going to do this instead. GPC. Let's do this. V. Oh, that thing's happening where you look at a word too much and you're like, what the fuck? Doesn't look right. Prepare. Oh, the... Oh, yeah. So we're like getting a little meta with the pointers here. That's what I'm thinking, like, because we got an auto pointer here. But the auto, this, God, I wish Adam was here. He's so good at that kind of shit. I think my specialty, oh man, that was a brutal tackle on Derrick Henry. Good thing he's fucking huge. What stands out about me, Howard's obviously got way more experience than all of us. That is the most valuable thing. Adam's really excited, passionate about standard library stuff and just C++. Kate Gregory, we both love her. But I am really into JUCE, and I'm really into frameworks like ARA or solving things in an audio way, not just a C++ way. Like, I don't want to see another mutex, Adam, but I don't understand threads enough, so I'm probably just fucking wrong. But a lot of times it can be solved. But this kind of thing is like straight C++. Adam would know exactly what to do, and I gotta be like, well, should it be this? I know it shouldn't be that, but, or like, constant, like that shit. I just never get it right. Okay. That happens. So, next what we got to do is go to the plugin processor and do some business here. So now this is going to, instead of that, it's going to have a GPC synth. Oh, did he get in? Oh, he got injured too. How's he doing? Man, he was like right at the end of the end zone. Okay. And then what we're going to do is go synth is equal to std make unique GPC synth. Oh, did I add definitions for those other ones though? Yeah, I did. it's not doing anything, but fuck, we might get this done pretty quick. Goal number 1 at least. Oh, okay, so this is a little different with the spec. Holy shit, see, this is getting big. I remember when I thought this was a big function. Looks like Des Bryant. Is that CeeDee Lamb? Number 88 in the Cowboys? Oh, god damn it, why didn't I start? Oh, that's Pollard anyways. No, it's Elliott. And he's injured. Good thing I didn't start him. Okay, so... yeah, that's not that complex. I don't like how it's just declared, though. DSP, process, spec. I did that wrong. Let's look at the constructor and why it looks this way. Oh, yeah, it's got to be JUCE DSP anyways. Oh, it's a struct. Oh, this makes sense. I didn't know you could do it that way. Cool. So I hope you see what's going on here. This is a convenient thing to do when you got like 3 things that you got to keep track of together. You just make a little struct, which is the same thing as a class, just by default is public. If this was a class, oh god, this is fucking horrible. I'd have to do this public. But instead it's a struct. Don't have to do that. I believe that's the only difference between the two. Just by default it is private. And then we come down here and we just say synth render next block buffer MIDI messages. Yeah. Is this gonna work? If it does, I actually need to take a quick break to use the restroom. Is that making sound? It's a little loud. I think I need to do a note on type thing, but we'll figure that out in a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Now let's just jump through. Well, here, let's. Where's processing? Oh, I know what that is, but got all these params. It's tough. The mod, I don't know how to handle the mod matrix of it. I gotta look at like an open source WaveTable. Or something with modulation. Oh, Taylor Heineke scrambling. Oh, and he got smoked and he fumbled. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's not very fruitful right now. So, I mean, right here you can tell something's concerning because it's not doing this. What does node on do? Or node started? So, why is it never getting there? Okay, voice is being added. We're calling render next block. Next subblock. Bitch. The fuck you mean? Question mark. I hate that. God, it drives me nuts. Am I missing? I'm looking now to see if I'm supposed to call something. So, I don't think I need to override this though. I wonder if I do this. I wonder if it actually is playing. It just needs, or it's ready to play, but it needs. What the fuck? Like a MIDI note to activate it. Even though it's going to ignore it. There we go. I was right. So I'm pressing down on my MIDI keyboard right now. That's funny. Interesting. So it... Oh, you won't be able to hear it. Hang on. Yeah, it won't start till it got a MIDI note. Which... Okay, I can deal with that. All right, let's envelope these babies. Let's do the note on, note off stuff for the voice now. Note started. Excuse me. Don't want that there. Oh, I almost forgot about the LaCroix. Hold on. Ready? Perfect ASMR. That was way too loud. I'm sorry. I won't do that. I don't like that in ASMR, but oh, perfect. Fucking limoncello is the best flavor. And it's slightly frozen. I saw these girls buying. They were inspecting LaCroix at Aldi, and I'm like, girl, you better get that cherry blossom. It's an A tier. It's not S tier like limoncello. She's like, yeah, key lime. And I'm like, yeah, that's up there with limoncello. There's like a vanilla sweetness to limoncello in the key lime. I just love, I should go get some pie today. This is still my day off too. But I'd love coding. I would code every fucking day. I think I'm gonna take a break once I get this polyphony going and just chill and watch some football, but I might want to get back on. It's actually, and this isn't me complaining, but I'm just going to copy these. Velocity, how hard it was hit. Frequency, what note was hit. Interesting. I just thought of something. Why would I have a note on for that? I lost my train of thought. I'll think of it again if I want to. I'm not complaining, but doing this ASMR, it's like I can't have a video on or something. I got football on, and I can't. I have to stay focused, but it's a good kind of challenge where I'm like, oh yeah, I need to do this. And it feels good. You shouldn't always do what feels nice to yourself. You got to be mean to yourself. Velocity is going to be unused for right now. We're going to say oscillator. I gotta do this freeing and stuff. And I think I should do an envelope right away too. No, not need an envelope. That's not started. Oh, see, I did that. That's why I was thinking I need an envelope. Let's just do an envelope. Might as well. It's not that hard. I used the JUCE. Oh fuck, that's right. I was doing I made my own version of it. For some dumb reason, I can't remember why. It was one thing I needed changed about it, and I couldn't subclass it. Disgusting copy paste that you see. Why? Because the base doesn't have a set get function to return the envelope value without incrementing it. That's funny. Good thing I left that comment. Let's go to the voice. I'm thinking about the LFOs again because they're going to have envelopes. And if the envelopes are in the... Okay, I do know each voice needs a envelope though. Is that right? I'm going to make some chili today. Green chicken chili, something like that. I need to go buy some more stuff though. Okay. Really? I don't need to call something for the... I don't need to give it a sample rate? How does that fucking work? There we go, set sample rate. Jared Goff unloads, intercepted. Oh, is that Diggs? That's the guy that's going to pick you off. Did he hold it? Oh, no, he did not. I'd say that's not a catch. Yeah, this is the kind of feeling where it's like, I just want to stop, but guess what I want to do? Sit and watch football, which is okay, and look at my phone, which is not okay. So, voice, so what I've learned is that prepare to play can be called a bunch of times. What the fuck, Aaron? Aaron Rodgers just only got a pass interference. That's what he's going for. I don't fucking believe them, though. JUCE, ADSR, parameters, and param. And then let's use what we learned just a moment ago. Is that going to work? I think it will. They're floats. Let's do this. Now, important to note, this is a level. Rest our time in milliseconds, right? Or seconds, rather. Oh, my toe. So actually I should make this like that. I've never seen this called in the middle of processing. So. Jesus Christ, maybe I should have started Elliot. I thought he was out. God, that LaCroix's so good. Man, are the Jags going to win this? Good coverage. Okay. And then we got to do something like this. Like env. Oops. Note on. When was n reset called over here? I think this is called by note off. Yeah. So I don't need to call that. I guess my fear now is like if with this being here. You know, I'm actually going to put it here for now. This is where it would be updated anyways. It wouldn't be hard-coded values like that. Oh, I need to do this though. Set parameters. It would be like env attack, and it would be passed in or referred to a. What I'll probably do is have an update function, and that will set. We'll have a member that's like env param. Yeah, interesting. It's weird you set them all at once. Okay, node on, node off. And then what we need to do is is active here. Cool. So basically we need to except not that. If it's not active, return. So when it's done releasing, we don't keep processing. And then also what we need to do is do sample. Oops. Excuse me. It's fucking LaCroix, man. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm gonna burp. Okay. I think this might work. Let's get fancy here. Velocity. Pop on my headphones just so I can hear it as well. I think you're going to be happy. See, it's still having some issues though, but and I wonder why. It's not being polyphonic. But that's cool. I mean, shit. We didn't even do the synth sound shit. What did I do for synth sound over here? I don't think I did. Huh. Okay. So why is it popping like that? That's my question. Why is it monophonic only? Dude, Tom Brady's losing right now. Poor guy. Nothing's ever gone right for him. Okay, so why would it not be polyphonic? Oh, because it's equals, not plus, I bet. In the process block. Because they're all writing to the same buffer. This is the cool additive part of how sound works. Like, you just add them all up. We made a frickin' synth, everybody. Which means we could probably do some GUI stuff next for the envelopes. And then we're going to really get into the more challenging stuff of interpolating WaveTable vectors. Oh, yeah, you can hear that. Generating other waveforms, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to stop this round for now. I might come back later today, or I might not, but in either case, I think it's better for me to stop it right here. This has been another installment of building a WaveTable synthesizer, ASMR style. I hope it gives you tickles and triggers, and I hope you learned something. GitHub is in the description of the video. And please comment with any questions. I'd be happy to help. All right, much love, everybody.